like Bessie, normal black woman here. I wanted to talk about a racist experience that I had and how it affected me while it was happening and how it's still affecting me now. I really wanted to share this experience because I know I'm definitely not the only one that goes through that. So let me know, do you deal with these kind of stuff too? And how do you respond?
So I just got home from an interview. I'm a little anxious right now. I was very nervous before. I don't know why this interview in particular just made me nervous. Usually I'm very chill when it comes to interviews, but this was a little bit out of my field. I have so much nerve. Every little thing that makes me anxious just multiplies to everything that has been making me anxious. I was very nervous, but I try to keep my cool. He asked me a couple of questions, like, we're talking to this man. And then he was just like, oh, why did you leave your last job? And I was just like, well, I left because I felt like I was getting treated unfairly by both the employer and the customers, and I really felt discouraged going into work because I wasn't doing something I love and I wasn't getting anything out of it. And he was just like, oh, what do you mean? And I'm like, I had to deal with a lot of racist customers, and that just made me feel really uncomfortable. And he was just like, oh, can you give me an example? I hate when people do that because I'm like, oh, I can tell you something and you're like, oh, that's a little thing, but that little thing I experience with every customer or with everyone that I deal with all my life, it's not gonna seem like a big deal for you. And I feel like that question means, well, you tell me what happened and I'll decide if it's racist type of situation. It's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have an example per se. Oh, actually, I have an example. I just realized while I was recording the video, I didn't use the store name. But I totally bleep that out. I'm gonna bleep that out. I was wearing headphones only because without the headphones, the audio sounds pretty bad to me at least. And personally, I want to create contents that are enjoyable for me. And if that bothers you, that's why I'm wearing my headphones. That's all. It was just a very uncomfortable job to be at, and I just felt like I had to constantly keep proving myself and why I wasn't getting as much sale as my coworkers to my employer, and he just wasn't understanding that. Bro, like, I would be going to church, I'll be going to work, and I'll be so depressed. It'll be around the time when the whole Breonna Taylor thing was happening, and it's still something that I think about. The whole Black Lives Movement was just like very much happening and very much in the news, and I just felt like that just brought out a certain type of energy in people that wasn't it. I'm trying to keep this short. So when you work at my store or the store I used to work at, it's appointment based. We still get walk in, but most of the time people make an appointment and I know when they're coming. 5 to 10 minutes before they come, I'm usually cleaning the store just so that when they come in, the environment is clean and they feel welcome. Before this man came, I read his name. I'm gonna give him the name Michael, right? Michael comes in, and when he comes in, he just look past me. I don't know why he refused to make eye contact. It was just very weird. He's like, hi, how are you? Do you have an appointment? He's like, yes, I have an appointment. Please sit down here. If you want to try any of the beds, you have to put on a slipper. If you're not comfortable removing your shoes, you have to put on a foot cover. The entire time I'm talking to him, like I said, he's looking everywhere but me, which makes me a little uncomfortable, but I don't say anything or do anything about it, right? Let's get started. He tries to go into the further into the back, and I was just like, oh, you're ready. please tell me a little bit about your sleep preference, you know. So I'm just trying to get him to talk a little bit about himself. That way I know how to help him best. And the entire time I'm talking to him, he's just like, he's giving me one word answer. He looks at me, he's just like, can anyone else help? And I'm just like, I'm the only one that's in store. Right now, my coworker just went on lunch, so he's not gonna come back anytime soon. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I see where this is going, and whatever. Yeah, so like I'm stuck helping him, and he's stuck with me helping him because my coworker's not here. And while I'm helping him, just going around showing him beds, and pretty much I like people to lay on bed, and I will walk away so you can lay on your bed and not feel any pressure. But literally, I'll just be like, hey, do you want to try this bed? He'll just sit. No, I don't like him. He was just so angry. You're here for a bed. Get your bed and go, or don't get your bed and go. And in the middle of helping him, my coworker comes in. My coworker at the time was maybe a little older than me, white man. Right? As soon as he sees my coworker, I promise you, Michael's attitude changes completely, and I'm just like, all right, at least you're in a better mood. Because he was also making it seem like it was a sketchy business, that he was asking me questions like after I explained it to him, he was just like, oh, that's weird. And I was just like, why is it weird? It's just how our business works. I was giving him major space because I was just so uncomfortable. Okay? So he asked me a question, and I asked my coworker because I didn't have the answer. And while I was talking to my coworker, he comes up to us and he starts talking to my coworker. Okay, this is fine. You know, my coworker's helping you like I help you. And all the questions that he asked me, he's asking my coworker again, which proves to me not only did you not trust me, but when my coworker answered, he's just like, oh wow, you're so knowledgeable. This is great. I promise you guys, literally everything my coworker was telling this man was exactly what I told him. So it just felt like a slap in the face. Like, he starts talking to my coworker, and I'm sitting on the computer, and he's just like going around in different beds. My coworker comes back to me, he's just like, all right, I'm going back to my lunch. Let me know if you need help with anything. He doesn't really go back upstairs. He's just by the register doing something on the computer. The man is still asking questions, and I'm still answering him. At some point, he asked for a measuring tape, which is where I was just like, this really hurts my feeling at this point. Like, you did not have to do that. When I'm measuring the bed for him, because he wanted to know the specific size of the mattress, it's fine for me because he was being a little picky about everything, and this was like, boom, easy, I can fix it. Measuring beds for him and everything, and every time I would tell him the measurement, he was just like, that's wrong. And I'm just like, why would I lie? It's making it seem like I was lying. I was just like, what's the point? I will literally get nothing out of lying to you about the size. You are welcome to measure it. Like, I told him he could measure it. Right, so he takes the measure tape from me. When he was taking it from me, he was just like, I understand COVID is happening, but if you're so disgusted by COVID and you're so scared of COVID, you wouldn't even come here, and you wouldn't be laying on all of these beds. Like, germ is not your concern, sir. You just didn't want to touch my hand. And I don't want to touch you too. You're crusty. Just remembering just made me angry. I'm just like, oh, he made me feel so shitty about myself for no reason. And he finally goes to give me the bed, and this made me so angry on a different level. And I go to take the measuring tape from him, and I'm like, okay, thank you, can I have it back? Not only does he just throw it randomly, he also walks away while saying, I have a couple of questions before I finally purchase from you. And he goes and he says that to my coworker after I just spent up to like 2 hours helping this man dealing with his passive aggressive behavior towards me for no reason. I was just like, what? Even my coworker was just like, oh, I only answered like one question. I don't think I should be getting this done. I was just like, you know what, just take it. Like, I know if he gets this down, if he had purchased for me, I'm pretty sure he would have said something nasty. Like, I don't know, but I was just like, you know what, to my coworker, you take a cell, like, and that would be what it felt like working there. Every single day it would be a different type of racist, and I swear I have stories upon stories I could share with y'all, but this is the only one I could remember of when he asked me. And after I told him that, it just felt so awkward and tense in the room because I really don't like talking about experiences like this. To him, that might have just seemed like, oh, he just, he probably couldn't understand you. They will find an excuse for him, and I just have to be like, well, he did this, and I just didn't want to be in that situation, so I tried to change the subject. So I was just like, so where do you live? And only because I was uncomfortable, and I was just like, how do I steer this back to the interview, which I eventually did, because as soon as he told me how he travels to work and everything, I switched it over to, all right, so what are you looking for in a wife? And that was my interview. It went pretty badly because I swear to God, I started sweating. Guys, I was visibly sweating. And this man could see. He was just like, well, that's it for me. I don't have any more questions for you. I really feel like I didn't get the job. He was just like, oh, let me walk you out. And I was just like, oh, it's fine. You don't have to. But he got up and you ain't. So, like, I didn't mean to do this. I just got out and I hit him with my bag. He just went, oof. I definitely did not get the job. No. But they go shopping. I went to that is all. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, be sure to press the like button. Thank you for watching another Normal Black Woman production. I hope this video was fun, or you just got to see another perspective of what it is like to be a Black woman in New York City, Thank you.